Hello, for today's topic, we are going to learn about new media in education. So what is new media? New media is a catch-all term used for various kinds of electronic communications that are conceivable due to innovation in computer technology. In contrast to old media, which includes newspapers, magazines, books, television, and other such non-interactive media, new media is comprised of websites, online video, audio streams, email, online social platforms, online communities, online forums, blogs, internet telephony, web advertisements, online education, and much more. So according to Siapera in 2012, new media, as we are discussing them here, couldn't exist without the move from analog to digital technology, as all the types of new media we will discuss are digitally based. So in addition to the word new helping us realize some key technological changes from older forms of media, we should also think of new as present and future-oriented, since media and technology are now changing faster than ever before. So in short, what is new today may not be considered new in a week. But the key to new media is the notion of technological convergence. Most new media are already digital, and the ongoing digitalization of all media allows them to circulate freely and can be read, accessed, played by any digital media platform without the need for conversion. For example, you download a song from somewhere on the net, you can play the song either on your smartphones, your tablet, or also your desktop. So it can be played anywhere else, right? New media are distinct from old media in terms that they are less linked to specific media platforms and are therefore more transferable from device to device. They are also less bound to a physical object, meaning that information can be stored electronically rather than needing to be encoded onto a physical object. New media are also distinct from old media in that they are more personal and also social. As the line between consumers and producers of media blur in new media, users gain more freedom to personalize their media experiences. That's why we hear now there are so many terms like YouTubers, influencers, right? So they are actually not just the consumers, they are actually the producers, the content creators. Additionally, the interactive web of personal media devices also allows people to stay in touch with each other, collaborate, and share information in ways that increase the social nature of technology use. So we move on to this term, as I've mentioned before, personal. It's personal media. What is personal media? So personal media is so named because users are more free to choose the media content to which they want to be exposed, to generate their own content, to comment on and link to other content, to share content with others, and in general to create personalized media environment. For example, you have a Facebook account. So in your Facebook account, you are able to do all these things as I mentioned earlier. That is what is meant by personal media. How about social media? Social media doesn't just allow for connection, it allows us more control over the quality and degree of connection that we maintain with others. So the potential for social media was realized under the conditions of what is called as Web 2.0 technology, which refers to a new way of using the connectivity of the internet to bring people together for collaboration and creativity. to harness collective intelligence. So these are some of the examples of social media. The most influential part of the new web is social networking sites, which allows users to build a public or semi-public profile, create a network of connections to other people, and view other people's profiles and networks of connections, according to Boyd and Ellison. Here we have Facebook, Flickr, Twitter, YouTube, WordPress, and many more. The World Wide Web technology. We have several World Wide Web technology that exist nowadays. The initial one is Web 1.0 technologies. So this technology includes core web protocols such as HTML, HTTP, and also URL. The major characteristics of Web 1.0 are as follows. They have read-only content, establish an online presence and make their information available to anyone at any time. It includes static web pages and use basic hypertext markup language. So during an early 1990s, the Web 1.0 technologies exist, whereby users can view the static web pages. There is no two-way interactivity happens between the users and also the web pages. How about Web 2.0 technology? Web 2.0 technology is the second generation of web. It was defined by Dale Doherty in 2004 as a read-and-write web. So Web 2.0 facilitates major properties like participatory, collaborative, and distributed practices which enable formal and informal spheres of daily activities ongoing on the web. What about Web 3.0? Web 3.0 is one of modern and evolutionary topics associated with the following initiative of Web 2.0. Web 3.0 was first coined by John Markov of the New York Times, and he suggested that Web 3.0 as third generation of the web in 2006. So Web 3.0 is known as semantic web. The main purpose of the semantic web is driving the evolution of the current web by enabling the users to find, share, and also combine information more easily. So these are the tables showing that the comparison of Web 1.0, Web 2.0, and also Web 3.0. As you can see, Web 1.0 exists in the year between 1996 to 2004. Web 2.0 exists in 2004 until 2016, while Web 3.0 it started in 2016. So the technology during Web 1.0 is the hypertext web. In Web 2.0, it's the social web. In Web 3.0, it is called as the semantic web. So these are the developers for Web 1.0. You can see that for Web 1.0, it is Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the creator of the internet. For Web 2.0, there are two persons, Tim O'Reilly and Dale Doherty. Web 3.0 is Sir Tim Berners-Lee. Okay, as you can see, for Web 1.0, it's just read-only web, where users can just read the information provided by the developer. Unlike with Web 1.0, Web 2.0 is known as read and write web, where there is an interactivity between the user and also the information on the website, where the users now can interact with the website developed by the developer. So what about Web 3.0? It is known as executable web, where people can share information, can edit the information, and also can update the information. So for Web 1.0, it includes millions of users. For Web 2.0, billions of users. For Web 3.0, for trillions of users. Okay. This is just the example, the comparison between Web 1.0, 2.0 and also 3.0. We look now to new media in education. Okay, a new media are useful means of making content available to teachers and learners. They aid communication in the process of learning. One of the major functions of communication is dissemination of information, according to Uduodo and Ojo in 2016. As we all know, technology has been moving from a realm of improvement to another, culminating in the present era of the new media, which give everyone opportunity of generating and using content. Getting the computers linked up to the internet and using the computer for interacting, creating, collaborating information, which is very common with many students, and it's very important aspects. Tools like emails, Facebook, Twitter, instant messaging, YouTube, blogs, wiki, podcasts, search engines, and so on are new media platforms used in schools nowadays. So it's a debate time. It will be discussed in the class. But social media in education, can they improve the learning? Actually, there are research on social networking sites, social media in education. One of the topics that is very popular among the researchers are the acceptance and perceptions of using social networking sites for teaching and learning purposes. Besides that, there is also research looking at the impact of social network towards students' performance. The ID for social networks. Research also look into social collaborative learning through social networks. Besides, students' types of online interaction through social networks and also students' thinking process when learning through social networks. There's a lot of topic of interest that researchers look when they do research on social networking sites. Another important aspect when researchers look into when they are doing their research on social networking for teaching and learning is these elements like who learns from whom, who talks to, gives help to, collaborates with whom, what do they learn from each other, what outcomes do these relations build, access to resources, trust, mobility, equity, etc., what benefits accrues to the network, social capital, shared knowledge, resources, and how do resources flow in the network. When we talk about education, we cannot run away from the theoretical approach, meaning that the theory is the basis of any educational research. So these are the theory that have been used by the researchers when they do research about social media in education. The most common theory that they use is critical theory, McLuhan's media theory, game theory, social cognitive theory, theory of cognitive dissonance, and so on. So what we can see here, it is very important to include theoretical or to implement theoretical approach when you do your research about social media for teaching and learning. So these are the application tools and the Bloom's taxonomy. These are the example of tools that can be used to help students and also teachers to build their knowledge, okay, to construct their knowledge. For example, at the bottom here, we can see that there is a tools like TED Talks, Dingo, and Google. So these tools is a very good tool to nurture students' remembering process. While for if you use WordPress, YouTube, Facebook, or Bubbles, it actually can be used for inculcating students' understandings. Meanwhile, for applying development thinking process, they can use ScreenR, LIAR, and for analyzing, students or teachers can use Google Spreadsheets, Google Docs, and also Twitter. For evaluating purposes, students and teachers can use Skype and also Blogspot. For creating, they can actually use Wikipedia. So we move on to another aspect in new media in education. Have you heard about technology enhanced learning, or TEL? So technology enhanced learning, TEL, is concerned with using technologies to support learning, whether the learning is local, for example in campus, or remote, either at home or in the workplace. So historically, these technologies have included instructional films, radio, and televisions. But in the current day, technology-enhanced learning pertains more to the use of computer-based technology, including smartphones and other smart devices. So let's discuss. We will do it in class in your group. Choose one new media technologies, choose one topic of learning, plan and design teaching and learning activities using your chosen media. Explain how the chosen media can help teaching and learning process. So we will discuss this in class. I think that's all for now. Thank you.